This is Dave Lakin with VirtuActive 3D Drafting and Design. So how we got introduced to Epcon came through the process of working some of the volume builders. So we were introduced to Kyle Kelly up in the Sioux Falls area, and then also some folks here in Omaha as well. And after working with them, we didn't know what the heck Epcon was. So we had no idea. I'm like, what is this? We kind of worked through it. And what's kind of crazy about the volume world, or the where you have plan with multiple elevations and multiple options, is it's actually much more complex to put into our system and organize and create than just drawing a really big custom home, which sounds opposite, but it was way, way more complex. And that was really something that we found as we got more introduced to Epcon. As we went down that road, I had the opportunity to reach out to Paul Hansen and his team up at Epcon Communities, and we said, hey, there's some things that we're getting used to. We're hearing some different pain points here, and what we're finding is, after talking to these folks, is there's multiple things. So one example would be, they've got a huge page of documents that comes from Epcon. So you've got all your different plans, but it's, say, a portico with all the elevations options. That's in a 60-page document. It's not a site-specific plan. So it's going out when they are ready to build. This huge document's going out into the field, and they're circling the portico, elevation A, and this option through 60 pages. It's causing a lot of issues in the field, and it's cost a lot of money and a lot of mistakes, and not just $100, but thousands of dollars. So, okay, there's one thing that we heard. Another thing we heard for a pain point was, as they would grow or scale, so maybe you're a franchisee that starts development 1, but as you get development 2, development 3, you're creating more developments, the local drafter architect they went to can't keep up with the scale. So they're going to, drafter A, drafter B, drafter C. They're paying for drafter A, drafter B, drafter C multiple times to have these plans redrawn. And ultimately they end up having plan consistency too. All of them have different turn times when they're flipping them back to them. None of that's consistent. And even how they're drawing the plans and where different dimensioning and detailing and notes and how and where they put on the plans are causing inconsistencies. So all of a sudden you're out in the field and they're seeing more errors in the field because of that too, because they're having to use multiple drafters. So that was another area that we saw was a big issue, was in the plan consistency. So, and trying to grow and scale. Additionally, as I just said, there were turn times too. So they had turn time problems. Another problem they had on top of turn times was, wherever they brought these plans, wherever you were as a new franchisee, their local drafter or local architectural firm had no idea at all about what Epcon was, and it was new to them too. So they had to learn it. There were a lot of them familiar there, how to price that out, how are they going to do it? And that was a huge issue that we saw as well. So that was another area. And then another area in there too was even staffing can be an issue. What if you've got somebody in-house that's a drafter, or maybe you're outsourcing it, whatever it is. What happens if and when that person leaves one day? Now all of a sudden you're having to hire and train somebody new, or find somebody they're not familiar with the plans, or your core competency isn't drawing house plans. You just had a person there. So now you've got to train a person to do it, or go find an experienced person to do it. So it's just there's a lot of challenging issues that can happen. And I'm like, man, I think there's an opportunity here for us to really solve for a lot of this. So I called Paul, and I kind of had a plan. And what we really came up with was, we at our expense said, look, let's go ahead and create what we call phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. So phase 1 for us is taking all the plans that Epcon's done, the entire library of plans, and redrawing them. Now, when I say redraw, it's an incomplete redraw. It's not fully done. And there's a reason for that, because that's phase 2. So we do some of the heavy lifting to help reduce the cost of phase 2. And what that is redrawing them. And let's just call it, for the purpose of this, about 75% done. Then what we do is we go ahead and we work with the individual franchisees, because every franchisee in their local market is different. So if you're in, up north, for example, you might have 2x6 walls versus if you're in Texas and you have 2x4 walls, or you may have deeper footings up north than you do down south, where maybe there's no basements and it's slab on grade. Or if you're in the Carolinas, there might be some wall bracing that's got to be done for hurricane codes. The bottom line is, it's different everywhere. So this set of plans that goes out the door, at the end of the day, is still incomplete, because you can't go use them locally in your area for permitting, and they're not built to your builder specifics and your local codes. So what we've chosen to do is now say, okay, we've got that redrawn in phase 1. Now we're going to work with you in phase 2, which is, let's work with each of you individually. What are your local codes that we have to draw specifically for your plans for permitting, and what are the builder preferences you have as well? So are you, for example, are you someone that likes to do, floor trusses versus I-joists, or stick framing versus roof trusses? There's a million things, but what are some of the specifics you like to do from a builder preference standpoint? So we're building all that in there. We're taking that, for lack of a better word, that more generic, awesome library of plans that Epcon has, but we're making specific to your area so they actually can be permittable construction documents that you can go build and bid off of. So that then leads to what the end goal is once we've done that phase 2 build out with you, which is some heavy lifting, you get the phase 3, which is we want all the franchisees, I think all of you guys want, is you want to go sell these homes and you want to go build these homes and you want to maybe go do another development. And that should be your core focus of what you're trying to attempt to do. And the drafting firm or architectural firm that you're using shouldn't be holding you hostage because of their turn times, or they can't get things turned around time. Now you've got to wait, and you've got frustrated homeowners. You've got inconsistency in plans in the field that's causing you errors, and you either have to pass that on to the homeowner, which is causing more conflict, things like that, or you've got this 60-page document that's causing all these plan errors and inconsistencies as well. So if we can create a site-specific plan that's specifically for that lot, that's the whole end goal here. And that's what's up phase 3 is. So once we've done the phase 2 build out, what the end goal is with phase 3 then is to create a flat fee that you're going to have a site-specific plan turned in 3 to 4 business days. So you want to know that, hey, I've got the portico, elevation A bonus, with the gourmet kitchen, whatever you're ordering for a couple options. And that is all that's on that page that's going out to the field. That's specifically what's going out. So now, boom, you've got that. That's going out to the field for permitting. That's going out to the field for bidding. It's for that specific lot and that specific plan, and off you go. And now you're just selling, building homes. So that's really what the whole purpose of this was. We saw that there was a huge challenge for that with a lot of the franchisees once they got the plans and once they've got the developments up from a plan standpoint. And I think we really collaborated really well with both Paul and his team and many of the franchisees to create this. So that's where we are, and we're really excited about the future that we've got with Epcon. We're really thankful for all the franchisees that have come on board with us, and for those of you that we've been talking to, and so many more that we hope to get to serve as well. So we're looking forward for the rest of this, and thanks for the opportunity to work with all of you.